So I'm currently at the hospital, and Donna just gave birth to our firstborn, and we've been here for a couple days now. 2 days we've been here, and I want to explain what happened. So I was at work at Ford, and I got a call from Donna. She said something doesn't feel right, and I think that the baby's coming. You you need to come home. So I let the supervisor know, let management know. Of course, they didn't get back to me, and I had to stay there till lunch. But I ended up leaving after about an hour after she called me, and I went home, and she was having these contractions. So we got in a truck, an F-150, and we went right to the hospital. And when we got here, we came right to the birthing center at St. John Hospital, and they were asking questions, whatever, how about the dilating and the timing and all that. And I'm like, it's within 3 minutes or something, 5 minutes, I don't know, something like that. So we go in the back, and they do an examination to see what, how far along. And the doctor was like, she's not that far along with the dilating. You can go home. And I'm like, no way. I think the baby's coming today. We need to stay. And you know what? Check her again in 1 hour. So an hour goes by, and they check her again, and they go, whoa, it's coming. Admit her into the birthing center. So we go into the birthing center, and by now the doctors have like a lot of confidence in me, because I like suggested that we stayed and all this stuff, and they had a lot of confidence in me. And they told me that I would be helping with the birthing process, and I was like all excited. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So Donna's laying there, she's getting ready, and this is so intense. Like, I have a whole new respect for women and what they go through during childbirth. Like, it's insane. It's a lot. The pain that she was in right before from dilating, I guess, was so intense that she was just shaking. And the nurses and the doctor were like, oh yeah, that's normal. Just don't fight the shakes, because that's normal. You can't fight it. And just the pain was intense. And it was just very, even for me, it was very intense, very suspenseful. I was very nervous. So they get ready for like the contractions. They're getting bigger and bigger. And they told me that I would be holding Donna's leg for her. And I was holding her left leg, and the nurse was on the right side, and then the doctor was in the middle, getting ready to catch the baby. So they told her it was getting ready for her to start pushing. So I'm on her left side, I'm holding her leg. And they said, okay, you're gonna have to push real hard. Now, it's not like in the movies. In the movies, the doctor's like, you gotta push. No, like, they said just push hard. And when Donna pushed, she really did push. She just went, and she pushed real hard. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, she's really pushing, like, with everything she got. I was like, whoa, like, this is crazy. I got nervous, like, I can't help. I was very helpless. I felt very helpless. So the first push, she pushed real hard. And they said, good job. She did great. You're doing good. And I'm like, is she?
You told me what time it was.
What time was it? Oh, yeah. And another thing is, when she went in, right, what's today? What's today's date? The 20th? Today's the 20th. When she was actually in labor, it was the 18th. And the date was 08 for August, 18, 2018. So we wanted the 08, 18, 2018. But it was 11:30 at night, and we only had 30 minutes to make the birth date be 18. So I'm looking at the clock, and I told Donna, like, let's push this baby out in 30 minutes. So the birthday will be 8/18/2018. So when she started pushing, it was literally 11:30. And I'm like, all right, let's push it out. Let's push the baby out in a half an hour. And the doctor was like, well, she really has to push, but it's possible. I'm holding her leg in her first push. I turn and look at my phone. I realize that she's got a half an hour. I'm thinking, all right, let's push it out. She pushed so hard. Nothing happened. I'm looking like, as hard as she just pushed, no head sticking out, nothing moved. And the doctor's like, great, you're making progress. And I'm like, are you really? And I got nervous. I started feeling like dizzy. They say, give it another big push. She goes, and she pushes real hard. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I got so scared for some reason. Next thing you know, I'm holding her leg up. And I'm like, I don't feel so good. And I let go of her leg. I take one step back. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground, looking at the floor. And I'm looking at the hardwood floor, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. The room is full of staff, like emergency staff. And Donna says that all the nurses and doctors, we had 2 doctors, all the nurses and doctors pulled out their phones and started dialing for emergency service. And they're all saying, Dad down, Dad down, Dad down. The room fills with people. I look up, I'm like, where am I? I'm looking at the floor like, whose floor is this? I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I fainted in the middle of childbirth, well, at the beginning of the childbirth. Before anything happened, there was no blood. There was no, like, anything. It was nothing. It was just 2 pushes, and the stress and what she was going through just made me so nervous that I just fainted. And I hit my head. I went down backwards and pounded my head full force into a wooden bench. And I scared the doctors. Donna got scared and almost jumped out of the bed to help me. And the whole room filled with emergency services. And they told me to get in a wheelchair. And I'm so confused still. I get in a wheelchair and I'm looking around like, what's going on? And I see Donna sitting there with her legs open. Nurses everywhere. I go, oh my goodness, she's giving birth. I literally forgot where I was. So, you alright? So they say, do you want to stay? The emergency service is like, we need to get him out of here. I said, no, I'm fine. I want to stay. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I want to stay. So I pulled up a chair next to the bed just in case I fainted again, so I would be at least sitting down. And I sat there and held her hand the whole time. And I actually watched our baby come out. And I was fine. It wasn't that I was grossed out. I think it was just the stress. And I watched the baby come out and I cut the cord. And I was totally okay. It wasn't that it was like gross or anything. It was just the fear that I had. So I ended up being okay. The baby came out. It was a little scary when it came out because the head was like, I don't know, it was very traumatic. Very traumatic. The head did get stuck for a while and it just took some time to come out. And that last push was so intense. Like, it was like really intense. But glad that everything worked out. Now, another thing I forgot to mention, this is a surprise for us and a surprise for all you guys who follow the channel. We had a boy. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
But you didn't talk on the video.
Oh, the name is Nathan. Our boy's name is Nathan. So anyway, do you guys want to see Donna? You sure? Why? You covered up?
It's weird. I'll see them when we get home.
She said we'll see you later. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day and hope to hear from you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.